So it is near the third desert, as you know, Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Next is ICAR Central Avian Research Institute, Izatnagar. Now this Izatnagar is in UP, and there is no strong this thing, that sometimes what happens is, you should understand that whenever a government establishes a research institute, a lot of a research institute is something like an industry. Okay, let me tell you, because as you know, in all industries there is a specific R&D unit. Now what is the function of an R&D unit? R&D unit will do innovations, and mostly you will, common people will think that R&D means a lot of new things will come out every day. It is not exactly that. One more specific objective of an R&D unit is to solve specific problems. Okay, so you should understand the general thing of an R&D. R&D is not that every day you will discover something and people are looking at you that you will discover a very big thing one day, and therefore you are in an R&D. R&D means those people who will be doing their effort to find a specific problem as well as the solution of it. There may be cases that there are some limitation and the person cannot get the, what do you call, is a specific solution, but once you have identified a specific problem, okay, the war is half won. Okay, your job is half done if you have identified this problem. Okay, so you must have heard about the story where there was a big ship which was stuck and could not move. So everybody was this thing, that why this thing is not moving, what is wrong with the engine. So many engineers came, nobody could identify. So all on a sudden a simple man came and he just did nothing. He observed a lot, and finally he just tightened one screw. Then the owner of the ship asked for the bill. He given a bill of $10,000. So why for the $10,000 you just tightened a screw? The person asked. Yes, yes. So what happened is, why do you asking for so much money? He said that out of 10,000, 9,900 is for to identify which screw to be tightened, and the rest of the money is the charge for tightening the screw. So this is how, if you can identify the problem, your job is done. Now next is, okay. Now why this Avian Research Institute is in Izatnagar, UP? So sometimes what happens is, when the government establishes an industry, it tries to look at many things. It also tries to see whether how much population is there in a region. Okay. Now UP was most populous state, so in your coming days you'll come to know that several institutes are there by default present in UP. In some time you will have no proper justification out of it, but many a times it has been done because there are plenty of people, and government need to support those people by establishing industry, things like that. So fine. Next one is ICAR Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute, Barakpur. Now this is also very important. Now this Barakpur is in West Bengal. Now West Bengal is a place which is tropical, which is also the Gangetic Plain, and there are plenty of rivers. The altitude is a little low than the mainland, and therefore whenever there is raining, the water tends to accumulate in this place. Now when there will be monsoon during the month of June, July kind of, and whenever if your altitude is low and there are probability that you will hold up the water, so you end up with several inland water bodies like ponds, like lakes. Okay, and several channels which are either man-made or natural, at the same time several rivers. Okay. Now in West Bengal, since it is a Gangetic plain, the major river of this plain is Ganga, which comes down from the Himalaya with a lot of mineral, okay, not organic manure, but mineral, which is also need to be present in soil for plant and organism growth. These minerals, electrolytes, and various trace elements, so forth and so on. Now, since it is gangetic plain, you have a plenty of mineral, and since you are having the tendency to entrap the water in your inland water bodies, so plenty of fisheries takes place. So those people who are from fisheries background, they'll be knowing that ICAR Barakpur is a very very important institute, and this institute is also governed by Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and this fisheries is also under the control of agricultural department. Not the department, this is the agricultural regulatory authority, ICAR. Now therefore this inland fisheries institute was perfectly built in Barakpur, which is semi-urban to the capital region of the state, approximately within 50-kilometer range of the state capital, that is Kolkata, and it looks after a very large area where a lot of inland water bodies are there. Okay, so this Inland Water Research Institute, Inland Fisheries Research Institute, is present in Barakpur, West Bengal. Now subsequently in the fifth one, the ICAR Central Institute of Brackish Aquaculture, it is present in Chennai. Now what is a brackish water aquaculture? Very very important for all students. You should understand. Brackish water is the water where the light water is getting mixed with with what? Marine water, okay?
Fresh water.
Yes, right, you are. So brackish means a combo of salt and light, okay, something like an harbor. Okay, now what happens is there is a whole new diversity in that region in terms of flora and fauna. Now when we are talking about flora, it essentially means plant like organisms, and when we are mentioning fauna, 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 we are essentially talking about organisms which are not autotrophic. Heterotrophic organisms are called fauna. This could be microscopic to macroscopic, everything. Fauna means living being, macroscopic to microscopic, but they are not autotrophic. They could also be parasitic in nature, but not autotrophic. Now what happens is, because there is a peculiar or unique combination of factors in those regions. Now brackish water becomes a hot spot for some specific kind of organisms, plant as well as animals. Now in terms of animals, when we are talking about aquaculture, you should understand aqua means water in Greek, culture means developing. So you can understand aquaculture is essentially looks into fisheries. Now these fisheries includes shellfish. Okay, the fisheries people will understand what exactly means a shellfish. Shellfish means those fish which have a strong exoskeleton outside. Now exoskeleton is the thing which is hard, tough, and acts like a skeleton in the outer side. Okay, not the inner skeleton. Exo means outside skeleton. Now there are some fishes or water dwelling organisms which have a specific like exoskeleton. For example, various kinds of snails which produces